A little girl named Rebecca Summers looks outside her bedroom window and sees a toy boat in the pool. She goes to her very sick brother named Tommy and promises to retrieve it for him. Rebecca tries to use a pool net to grab the toy, but a force pulls her into the pool. She spots her mom by the pool, but when she comes up from underwater, her mom is gone. Rebecca is suddenly pulled beneath the water by an unknown force. She cries out for help, but all that surfaces is her bunny slipper. Present day, the Waller family, parents Ray and Eve, plus kids Izzy and Elliot, are looking for a new house to move into. Ray is a professional baseball player whose career was cut short due to a degenerative illness. They check out the home that once belonged to the Summers family, with the pool closed off. As Ray tries to retrieve something from the pool, he gets pulled into the water and struggles to get himself out before his family finds him and calls 911. At the hospital, Ray tells Eve that he thinks the house with the pool would be good for him so he can practice water immersion therapy. The family moves in, and the kids start their new school, with Izzy meeting a boy named Ronan and developing a crush on him. They later clean out the pool, but when Ray sticks his hand down the drain, something cuts deep into his palm. The pool maintenance crew comes to check it out, and they are told that the water comes from a nearby spring. Once the pool is ready, they put it to good use. They enjoy their time together in the pool. When Eve uses the pool by herself at night, she thinks Ray is standing above her while she is underwater, but when she resurfaces, he is nowhere to be found. She returns inside to check on everyone, only to find that they are all asleep, including Ray. Cider begins hissing as he peers into the pool. Later, the family cat Cider goes missing, and they find its collar in the pool, which leads to the Wallers installing a cover. What are your thoughts on Cider's disappearance? When Ray visits the doctor, she tells him that she has never seen someone get better so quickly. He claims that he started feeling better from his therapy. Elliot uses the pool by himself. When he goes underwater, he sees a bunch of coins being thrown in and thinks Izzy is bothering him, but he doesn't find her outside when he resurfaces. He overhears Rebecca's voice calling to him, asking for her mom. She appears to give him a toy back, but when he grabs it, a hand reaches out and grabs his arm, though he manages to escape. He runs to tell Eve about it, but they find nothing or nobody around. When Eve tells Ray about it, he seems to dismiss Elliot's fear as just him being kind of a wimp. Ray joins Elliot and the other kids at a Little League practice since his illness appears to be going into remission. While attempting to swing, he falls down, but he picks himself back up before others can help him. When the ball comes for him again, he hits it so hard that he not only breaks the ball but also hits it hard enough to send it flying into one of the lights. Everyone cheers him on, but Elliot appears concerned. In the night, both Ray and Eve go on a date. Izzy invites Ronan to the pool while their parents are out. They start to play Marco Polo, but after a while, Izzy cannot hear Ronan or the music they are playing. A growling voice talks to her, and she follows it but can't see Ronan. She thinks he drowned so she swims to rescue him, but a strange creature pulls her underwater. Izzy manages to swim back up to find Ronan, who says she was only underwater for a few seconds. She hears Elliot's voice telling her their parents are here. Ronan leaves after kissing her. Elliot then confides in Izzy that he has also seen something scary in the pool. The Wallers host a pool party with most of the people in the neighborhood. In the house, Eve talks to the realtor who sold them the house, and she admits to not having told her about the drowning of a little girl in the pool, which is why previous residents of the house never used it. She asks if the name of the drowning girl is Rebecca, and Izzy confirms it with a yes. Outside, a kid named Ty comes to Ray for an autograph. He gets that kid to join him in a game of chicken against another man and child. After they win, Ray starts moving backward into the deep end of the pool unwittingly while still latched onto Ty so that he cannot let go. A misty gray cloud appears from the drain and enters Ray's mouth. Elliot sees Ty flailing in the water and runs to get his mom before Ty's dad jumps into the water to get his son. Ray is pulled out of the water. Fortunately, he is alive. Eve apologizes to Ty's family, and his father tells her that he should not be attending the practice. Eve tells Ray there is something wrong with the pool and convinces him to leave. Soon after they get in the car, Ray starts coughing blood. Eve gets him in the house and calls the doctor, telling her about what happened. Growing more concerned, she does research on the previous residents of the house and finds that others before Rebecca had disappeared without a trace. She manages to track down the residents of the Summers family and finds Rebecca and Tommy's mother named Kay, who is suffering from a similar illness to Tommy. She tells Eve that Tommy is now healthy and running for senator. Eve asks Kay about the pool and Rebecca, and after dodging the questions, Kay tells her the truth. The water from the pool comes from an ancient well that people would come to for wishes, but the entity in the water demands a sacrifice in return. She tells her Tommy came out of the bed screaming Rebecca is drowning, but water used her as a vessel to do what must be done. Kay's wish was for Tommy to get better, and Rebecca became the sacrifice. What are your thoughts about Kay letting her daughter be the sacrifice? Was it right of her to do that? She is now possessed by the entity and she starts to regurgitate and tear up black water. Eve realizes her children are in grave danger and rushes back home. At night, Izzy and Elliot are left home alone. Elliot goes outside when he thinks he hears Cider by the pool. When he tries to reach for his cat, one of the pool demons spooks him and makes him fall into the pool, and the cover starts to close itself. Eve and Izzy stop the cover from closing. She then tells Izzy to go in the house and call for help. In the house, a possessed Ray starts to attack Izzy. She fights her father to save herself. Eve ties a rope around herself and jumps into the pool to save Elliot. She grabs him and begins to swim out of the water, but suddenly other spirits of the pool's victims try to grab them to pull them under. She does her best to fight them off. Then Rebecca's spirit appears showing her the way out of the pool. Eve sees the exit and starts swimming toward it. Ray grabs the bat telling Izzy that it will be over soon. He emerges outside and chokes her, claiming that the water chose Elliot. Izzy hits him from behind causing him to vomit up the black water. Ray comes to his senses and starts remembering the time he spent with his children. Elliot regains consciousness. However, when they try to take him to the hospital, the entity starts to attack him from inside. Realizing the entity will not let them leave without a sacrifice, Ray walks into the pool to save his family, letting the entity take him. Elliot ends up freed from its hold. While the family mourns Ray for his sacrifice, they decide to stay at home instead of moving away again to make sure nobody else must deal with the entity. Eve, Izzy, and Elliot then bring in a crew to fill it up with dirt to bury it for good. Did they make the right decision to stay in that house? Please ensure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share your thoughts about the video down in the comments section. Also don't forget to press the bell icon to receive notifications for new videos. Thank you for your support.